This podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only. The views expressed are those of the host and guest and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of others. This content is not a substitute for professional advice. Listener discretion is advised. Family, very excited. First episode of the new year, first official episode of the new year with all three of us, that is. Yo, got your boy Hollywood in the building.
Yo, it's your man King Pope. We live. What up, Nick?
Hey y'all, Happy New Year. You know, it's me, your girl Nikki.
Yes. Happy New Year. You know what time it is. Watchlist, we're doing big things, baby. So excited about it. Matter of fact, straight to the chase, I'm doing a little shot for us. Got to. You know what time it is.
So,
Hey, Nick, you went early.
Side note again, y'all. No drinking and driving. I'm parked at home. The car's turned off. Mind y'all business.
thank you for being responsible, Nick.
Always.
Yes, very.
Always.
Yo, let me tell y'all what happened to me last night. I went to see the homies, and I feel a little bad, but I'm gonna put it. So
Okay.
I went to see the homies. We went to a little bar in downtown Durham. Parked my car. Get out my car. I'm walking to the establishment, and this homeless woman came on me, and I was like, okay, she's gonna ask for change or something. You know, she tried to give me that. I backed up. I don't want to, nah, man. I'll give you some money. And then I felt bad because I left her hanging. Y'all think I'm wrong?
Hold on. So,
What you gonna get?
Yeah, she tried to pound it. She extended her hand out like I'm supposed to. I'm like, man.
this was a
yeah.
houseless individual.
Yes.
They gave you clothes, pound.
It was close. It was like this.
He gave you
Kind of cool
pennies.
stuff.
Okay. All right.
She tried to piss your boy, man. She tried to piss.
Whoa. All right.
I won't have it.
I do not want to disrespect my fellow human. If you give me closed fist, I'll probably get that back to you. Knuckles on knuckles. You know what I mean? It's the open palm. I don't know what you did with that. That would be an issue. So yeah, closed fist, yeah, I'll bump you all day. Bump. You know what I mean? Shout out to COVID. Taught us a lot. But yeah, if you come at me with an open palm, 9 times out of 10, you gonna get dismissed. So yeah, Hollywood, you a little messed up for that, bro. You know what I mean? Like show your fellow human some love.
Nah, man. Nah, think what you think. I know. Keep both true.
Like he's not. Sorry, I agree. Like you said, close fist all day. Real quick. And then you could sanitize it if you want to. But yeah, or even elbow. You know, got you. Love you. You know what I mean? And
Let me tell you
did you at
something.
least give him money?
No, I
didn't
give
even
you.
do that. You wanted to do that?
She in town. I'm not doing that. Like, yo, how come? What happened to boundaries? Like, I don't have to. Why I have to touch somebody? We don't have to touch everybody. Let's say you're regular. I don't know. You the executive at Apple. I don't want to. I don't want to dap you. I don't want to hug you at certain times. I just want to keep to myself. I don't know you from nowhere. You want to dap me up? Why you want to dap me up? Why? Did I look cool coming out the car? Like, what are you
Probably
doing, man?
did. You probably did. And she's probably like, you know what? That's a cool young fellow. And just wanted to give you a little,
The
Yeah,
fact that they
man. I'd have gave.
did, hey, where's
You're
the
like,
money at? You know what I mean? Like
Hey,
that'd
that's
be
what.
the first question
That's
of somebody's mouth like that. Like, hey, can you give me out spare change? You know, the fact that
Yep.
wasn't presented to you in just a friendly fist, you know, it's kind of disheartening that you wouldn't get that back.
So King Bo, you all about the friendly fist, huh?
whew, y'all taking this somewhere it don't need to be.
Yeah, I feel like he crossing boundaries. What I want to say is a fist bump. You know, we need to get knuckle on knuckle, maybe a side fist to side fist. You know, a little. You know, we'll
How
go
about that?
there, but I won't take all friendly fists, Hollywood, to answer your question.
Because like at the end of the day, I do like I got love for my human beings, my fellow humans. I don't look at nobody crazy. We all
Yeah.
civilians. Y'all, nobody's better than nobody. I'm definitely, but like the touching, that's it. Like even random strangers, I don't want to touch. I don't know.
No,
Like
I feel
like
that.
that. I draw the line, and that's. So I'm not saying it like because anyone's less than. It could have been just a random Joe. I'm walking in the mall. Hey brother, like why are you trying to dap me up? I don't know you. I don't want to touch you. I don't want to be touched. I believe in consent, and I did not give consent to that woman.
Mhm.
Now, I'll say this before we jump in because y'all got me on a tangent.
All right.
How you
Well,
how you feel about when they do ask for money, you tell them no, and they get mad at you and they fuss at you.
honestly, I've had that happen to me a couple times because I help my fellow humans. And it got to a point where now I don't give money. I just buy supplies. Like if you're willing to stay and wait for me, I'll get everything you need, and then some. But I've had that happen a couple times. It's like fucking bitch, and that's why you're homeless. Let me turn and go home. Yeah, how about that? Let me turn the wheel and go where? Home. Home. Yeah, you can go there too. You're not gonna try to hurt my feelings, and I'll try to like what? I'm doing my best. I told you don't carry cash. I really don't carry cash. You want me a debit card? Like no, I tried. So you want to come? No, you are. But I'm just saying, they try to come hard at me. I'm coming back harder. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't even lie. Some of these houseless individuals have gotten pretty crafty. I told my man I didn't have any loose change, and he pulled out a square. I said, "Bro, how you got?"
Yes, yes.
Because a lot of them are homeless for the real.
Is this what the Obama phones is getting everybody? Like y'all able to take them wireless or card payments? Like what is this? So
Yeah, that's how.
I'm sort of like Nikki in that extent. I used to carry mail, so I always had extra water bottles, little snacks here and there. Granola, some nabs, different things like that. So if I see somebody out begging, I would pass them, a water and some nabs. And there was one individual. He had a sign that said, looking for food. So I said, "Oh, I got food and water for you."
Mhm.
This guy proceeded to throw it back at me. Said, "Oh, all right. You don't want neither of
Stay
what you're
hungry.
promoting. You want money." And it's probably for some sort of addiction. Let's just be honest. Why people are out on the streets because they made terrible choices as said human being. And I know there's a lot of things taking hold of people out here, whether it be alcohol, drugs, whatever. But yeah, that was when I was like, you know what, I'm not doing anything else. And you know what? It's a particular story. It's a particular story that sticks out to me, especially when I was going back to Fayetteville visiting. I went to the Walgreens out there on Yakin Road. I know Hollywood know what I'm talking about. And this lady approaches me. She says, "Hey, my elderly father, we ran out of gas with our pickup truck. I was just looking for a couple dollars to, fill up so we can get back out to, I think it was like out the Cape Fear area." So, I helped said individual, gave him a little bit of change I had from getting some medication. And sure enough, about 3 days later, I go back up to that same Walgreens, and this person is trying to get somebody else with the same script.
Mhm.
I let it be known that that person was not honest. So yeah, I threw salt all in that game. So like I said, you have to be careful with who you help. I am about helping my fellow human, but at the same time, I'm not a fan of being taken advantage of. If you're just out here to get money for your addiction, just say, like, let me make that
Yeah.
choice if I want to help you kill yourself. No, I'm playing. Now, let me make that choice if I want to give you, whatever that needs to be given.
I've given I've given plenty of recreational J's to plenty of homeless people.
Now you're
Some homeless people look, yeah, no, I'm very generous with my shit because I don't share it. Like we not about to share the shit together. I'd rather give you your whole thing. But I've given a good handful, if not two, to a select few of homeless people that look like, yeah, you probably have it, rougher than others right now.
Mhm.
This will keep you warm and good for a couple hours. Like I got you.
It won't
You
them
got this.
either.
This
It
is
just
how
make
you.
you forget about your situation. But I commend you.
Yeah, but sometimes people need that.
I definitely commend you on that because, yeah, I'm selfish.
I know we're going down the tangent. I'm gonna bring it back. At the end of the day, I don't look down, and I definitely want to recognize that most a lot of people out there, you're like a lot of folks are like one paycheck away from being in a situation, and it can happen to anyone. So I'm not by
Yeah.
any means um, shaming and things of that nature. And I think that some folks make it hard to help for the majority because to y'all point, they're manipulating. They're trying to get one off on you. So I'm pretty upfront. Like if you want bread, if you want liquor, I get it. I'm with it. But like the manipulation, you shaming me to doing things. But they get mad. Like one dude, man, you got a nice car, man. Can I get $5? And I literally didn't have no cash. Hey, ATM over there, you doing too much, man.
Yeah, I'm not about to have an ATM and doing
Now
all
you
that.
want to cuss at me, and I'm this, that, and the third. You big motherfucker. Wow. Why you coming at my character?
You said,
You know?
wow.
So yeah, hurt my little feelings. I was like, yo, now we got. You're lucky this ain't back. Hey, we be out here rolling around, but I don't want. How was y'all New Year's, y'all? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
Well,
brother.
let's be weird.
That again?
Yes, yes. This is the New Year's
Okay.
special. I want to know because it's New Year's. Do y'all believe in like New Year's tradition? Like, are y'all do anything a little extra? I know I get a lot of heat back at home because my mom be like, "You got to put cabbage in your wallet. It symbolizes money, and you need to have it in before the New Year so you have money." And a lot of people don't do that. From well, you know where I'm from. But like, is there things that you can do that people might not necessarily do or not?
Well, if you're asking like me specifically, I don't do too much. What I was really raised on was, go to parties on New Year's. That's when devil runs rampant,
Mm.
especially when 12 hits. You should be at home praying. Clean up your house before 12 hits, because once 12 hits, you can't sweep no more. You're potentially sweeping out good luck. So you got to clean up. Also, if you go into the new year with old mess, you're going in with old problems, and they will, not be resolved as quickly as you want them to, or probably at all. So just little stuff like that. To sum it all up, you just staying home cleaning. But that's pretty much what I do. What about you, Bo?
So yeah, I guess I've been subject to more of the Negro superstitions. Eat the black eyed peas, the collard greens, the pork, cornbread, rice. I call it a soul bowl, unquote. But I have been doing it for years, and everything, represents something different. Collard greens being money. I ain't seen it yet. I've been doing this for so long, and collard greens ain't brought me no money outside of what I'm supposed to get. So, I'm upset. I continue to do it. Maybe I'm insane, expecting different results. But yeah, that's about the only one I do. I just had my Mexican homies. They was over here celebrating with me, and they were telling me about the grape. I think it's eating purple grapes going into the new year. I ain't heard nothing about that. Closest thing I got to grape was Kool-Aid. Uh, so
Mm.
it was a very Negro type New Year with the collard green. I'm trying to cut back on the pork, so I did the smoked turkey. I don't know if that impacted me any part of 2025, but we here now, so let's see what happens. I feel like life. I'm here. Whatever comes, we can
Yeah.
deal with it, and then we make our decisions from there. But yeah, it's very black eyed peas, collard greens, cornbread, type New Year.
I love
Even
it.
the mail walking through your door, for the first person to come through your door for the New Year, I'm not really buying that. I maybe the ones that have walked through our home growing up just didn't have any money in their pockets. I'm not sure how that played out, but they didn't
Thirsty
bring
boy.
nothing different, so I'm not understanding where this comes from. I really want to see the people that have lived this and have seen it come to fruition. So,
Yeah.
shout out to those that continue to do it and have seen those things. Please post in the comments if you've been subject to this said anomaly. But yeah, I ain't seen it yet, Hollywood. What about?
Yeah, I think you said y'all both said a lot. A lot of y'all just said a lot. In 2025, we 2025 now. Why does it have to be a man to be the first one walking the door with money? Like we setting us back. Why can't it be a woman with money? You know. But that being said, I'm walking in the door. Definitely, definitely walking. Hey,
Can you walk into
I
the
got.
door if you live there? Is that count? That I feel like that doesn't count. There has to be somebody.
I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that
Nope.
counts. Like
Or
someone
if they
outside of
blow
your
up, there
home.
has to be a stroke of one. You know what I mean?
Come in my crib, but make sure you got some bread, man. I gotta get fortune.
Are we planning?
I
Yeah.
don't want you.
Is this an appointment?
Yeah.
Like calling your homie, like, hey, bro, pull out $200 and then come see me at 8 a.m. January 1st. Is it
It's
organized?
I think it's just like
The first person?
whenever that man, or that first person walks through your door, just make sure they got money in their pocket.
no, it's the 15th. I just don't have company.
Okay.
But my thing is,
And
I was gonna say, my thing is with that check chain, my debit card and my credit cards are filled. Like, does that
That don't
count?
count. No, it don't count.
I don't carry cash like that though.
I don't believe.
Y'all better carry cash though.
I don't believe in superstition stuff like that. No, I'm. I don't believe in none of
yeah,
that.
through all that.
So I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna lie, I do.
You what?
I do. And the main one I believe is don't when you're sweeping your house, do not sweep over somebody's feet because they're not gonna get married. I will yo, when I tell you I'm gonna duke it up with you because you don't want me to get married. And that's messed up. And I'm trying to be a wife one day. And that's one I very much hold on to.
Okay. I feel like I can't
Okay.
recall whether
All right, Holly.
you have been what right now.
I hit the wrong button.
I feel like
I hit the
whoever's
don't say.
whoever's
Don't
sweeping
say.
needs to say, "Hey, move your feet." Normally, I got shoes on, so you better not be sweeping your dusty ass whatever kitchen
Shoes don't matter.
on my shoes. Like, don't do that. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
out of respect.
Nikki, do you believe in? They'd be like, yo, don't put your purse on the floor because like
Don't put my pants on the floor because you want me to be broke. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do not hold that man dear to my heart.
gotta write that.
Don't do that. Yes,
Yeah.
very much. Yes. Anywhere I go out, you'll see my purse right here, just on my lap. Anywhere I go, it's not touching the floor. It's not touching the floor. I need it. Abundance, please.
Yeah, I don't believe in none of that.
Okay.
I believe in hard work, effort. You control your own destiny based on effort.
And you know what,
Sure do.
Hollywood, I know one you do believe in. Don't split the pole.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't. I don't. I don't. Oh,
It's
do not
a
split
very
the pole.
select few that males believe. Don't split the pole is one of them.
We don't split
See,
the
I
pole.
feel like that's like middle school, high school shit.
Nah, that's
All don't lie.
honestly, I still don't step on no crack.
Oh my
Believe you,
gosh,
mama.
yeah.
Okay.
One time I did. I
y'all got it.
down. I stepped on the crack. I was like, yes, on this crack hill. My mom was like, it's
But I ain't stepping on no crack since '96, bro.
All right.
Not like
Let's
an
switch
80
gears.
drunk thing.
Let's switch gears real quick. All right. So, quick question: have y'all ever had road rage? So, I know I do sometimes.
What made you bring this up, Nikki?
Okay. I don't know if y'all peeped. I sent y'all the video, but I've seen it. It's on a Instagram page called Spicy Boston. Basically, all things happen in the state that I'm in, Massachusetts. And there is this man who body slams a woman in the middle of the street. And when I mean body slam, I mean it looks like WWE style. He's significantly bigger and taller than her. He picks her up and just slams her on the ground. Her children were in the car, saw the whole thing. And apparently the reasoning of all that even coming about was because he had accidentally hit his car. He was obviously upset about it, as most people would be, but he came banging on her door, pulled the door open, and ripped her out. And if you watch the video, you could see her punching him in the face, trying to fight back and go back to her car. And that's when he picks her up and slams her on the floor. And it was intense to watch. They did get the guy. The guy's being charged. The woman is alive. So she's back at home with her family, thank God, or whatever. But honestly, truly, like, I want to know, how bad is y'all road rage? Do you think it would ever get there? Because I don't think the situation was that deep.
So why is he slamming that little woman?
Slamming.
Like,
Slamming.
he was like Ahmed Johnson's spine buster. Like,
Bro.
cool, not cool. They need to throw the book at him.
Real.
I hope you do.
It's
Now,
not
have
even-
you guys ever had any road rage that, let's say you could stick up the middle finger at the guy or whatever, maybe they get mad enough that they might want to do something to you? Have you ever been in those situations at all?
Hollywood, you go ahead.
Yo, it's simple for me. I have insurance. I got insurance. Hit my if you want to. It's not worth it. Now that people is crazy. I've
Yeah.
seen videos, somebody hit the car, somebody pull a gun on you, they shooting, they doing all this actually fighting. You can't it's not worth it. It's not worth it by any means. Sometimes it gets difficult, they cut you off. You leave I was at a sporting event and the Eagles and Commanders game. Line was so long and somebody hopped in front. How are you skipping the line, right? Yeah, I in that moment I was like, man, I want to get out of the car and open the door and start yelling. But like, what do I get out of that? So I sometimes I do get a little frustrated, but never to the point where I'm taking action. It's just not worth. Like, what do you get out of it, man? There's so much to lose. Game.
Yeah.
I feel the same way, Hollywood. I can't say that I've ever been in a situation where someone has made me that angry. My wife even gets on me about blowing the horn at said individuals. So I'll say something in my car, but I'm not about to blow my horn or do nothing extra because at the end of the day, I may feel like I'm crazy. But you may not know the other person's level of crazy. So, they may be willing to die for this. I'm not. This is a traffic infraction. I'm not doing this. So, I haven't been in these situations. Now have I been around people that have been in them or a passenger? Very much so. And I've been terrified for my life because, you're not about to take me on this uncertainty adventure to where you don't know what this person may do or may be leading you to. They might want, like, I've been in a car with somebody want to follow them home. And I'm like, you don't know who they called to meet them at home. So, I don't, now what happened to the young lady is very terrible. I will say, I don't think that was warranted, for a man to go over to a female's door and pull her out of her car and then slam her on the ground. That's definitely not. I asked the question, would he have done that if her boyfriend or significant other was sitting in the driver's seat or even the passenger seat? You may not even been the driver. I don't think Buddy would have done that. So, let's just be honest. That's a very coward move. I'm tired of seeing these men put their hands on women because they're insecure about what may take place. You know what I mean? Like, let's just boil it down. Whoever cuts you off in traffic, it's already happened. You can't do anything to change it.
Yeah.
Even if you get out and beat that person's ass, they may cut somebody off again. You're not changing anything. So what is the literal physical point to make you feel better about what happened? And to me, the moment's passed. If you didn't want them to cut you off, you should have closed the gap between you and the screen. Let it happen. It happened. Move on. Keep driving. But following them and moving in front of them to cut them off, to antagonize said individual, I'm not here for none of that. There's a lot of people going through, ready to lose their life over that. Why put yourself in that position?
Yeah.
Well said.
Nikki, what do you think?
Yeah, very much so. Honestly, like Hollywood said, everything she said was well said. You took the words out of my mouth. There's no reason for a man to put his hands on a woman for any reason but over traffic. Like, please, like Hollywood said, I got insurance. If it's really that deep, like, just call your insurance provider. Like, you'll get your money. It's cool. Also, like you said, I'm really tired of seeing these men putting their hands on women. I don't know what that does for you, what power trip you get to achieve in those little 5 minutes, but it's ridiculous. And the book needs to be thrown straight to your forehead. And I hope it does. I hope, he serves a decent amount of time, because a lot of men that do, honestly, I seen the video and I thought that was nefarious behavior. Like, that was crazy. In the middle of the street, no less. Children in the car. I hope he's not doing a little 6 months. Like, I really hope he does a decent amount of time where he learned that he will never body slam another person again.
Well,
She
the
can't
trauma
be
that
that,
you brought her children, you know what I mean? To see their
you
mother
know?
cry in the personal
And
vehicle and land to the ground, like, them kids are probably traumatized. They will like, Mommy, don't ever stop at a stop sign again. You know what I mean?
Or
Or stop light.
the
Like,
the woman is in an interview and she says that when it happened so fast that 1 minute she's in the air and her first thought was, damn, I'm going to die today. Like, I'm going to die right now in front of my kids.
and he
And
could.
those kids probably, yeah, he definitely could. He definitely could have.
But she won't even that. He's a good dude. She's a little like at the end of the day, the, let's say she was 100% at fault, and we don't even know that. Not from what I seen. I just seen he was that crazy. I'm negligent. I'm texting. I'm driving. I hit your car. That doesn't warrant you to do all that.
Yeah. And she
That
was
I don't respect it.
seeing the
I don't.
interview. She's a reasonable person. Like, he didn't say this happened for no reason. He's a crazy guy. Like, she said, no, I hit the back of his car. I hit the back of his car by accident. I thought he was going to come out and exchange information. And all of a sudden, he's beating at my door and I'm in the air and now I'm on the ground.
You know what it is?
Mm,
Gap.
he ain't
You got to
having
get that
that.
insurance. You buy the car. You got to get that gap because
He ain't
now
having
you.
insurance. That was a problem.
Yeah.
He was in his
stop.
sidekick's car. He was
License
in
was
his
suspended or
sidekick's
something.
car. He got in an accident. He can't report it because then his main chick know where he at and why he was in the car. So what's his next reaction? I'm about to lose everything I got. Let me slam this shit.
That
Doesn't make
locks.
it right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I'm just saying,
Mm,
process elimination.
okay. Yeah.
That's
But
tough.
not
Well,
very
back
good.
to all those involved, and
Yeah.
for the out here on the road, please, please be careful and just think about the ultimate goal is you got to make it home. Just make it home.
Yeah.
All the
What you
stuff's
Yeah.
gonna
not.
say?
He thinks he's
Well,
fine.
speaking of making it home, I don't know if y'all saw the story about the DoorDasher that brought, delivered the food to the house and really had to go to the bathroom. And the homeowner decided not to let them in. She was female, the delivery guy was male. Said he had to use the restroom real bad, and they said no. He eventually, ended up using the bathroom on himself. Number two, um, I think, this could go one of two ways, but I kind of want to throw it at Nikki. How would you feel about, getting a DoorDash or some sort of delivery and the delivery driver asking to use your restroom? What
No.
would you do in these situations? Quick.
Yeah, I'm doing exactly what she did. I'm shutting the door. Um, I'm a woman. Men are scary by default. And then, like Hollywood reiterates, and I love that he keeps saying it, people are crazy these days. They are crazy. And I'll be damned if I'm trying to be a good Samaritan, a good person. I let you use my bathroom because it looks like you got to use the bathroom and you got to overpower me in my home. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted out of this Tuesday morning or afternoon. Like, and honestly, if I have a significant other, a boyfriend, or a husband in the home with me, I don't get any bad feeling from the DoorDasher. I will tell them to wait a second, shut the door, and I would let my husband or significant other take care of that, and he could walk the man to the bathroom and walk him back out. It's just a safety reason mostly. I just feel like as a woman, I'm not, I want to be safe in my home, and I don't know this guy. So you're not coming in here. You probably do need to shit on yourself, but baby, you got to go in the woods or on the trees. Like, I don't feel safe. Sorry. Preston.
Hollywood, how you feel?
Well, Nikki, this one is really weighing on my heart. Not so much. Yo, you're not getting in my house. I don't care about man, woman, um, bi gender, whatever. Why are you thinking you're coming in my house and you want to take a shit in my house? You want your ass cheeks on my toilet seat? I don't even know you. You're crazy. Like that is so out of bounds. I'm living over that. And then you want to take a shit on my porch, defecate yourself on my porch. I catch it on the ring camera. You lucky I don't kick your damn back in. Like that is insane.
Wait, he couldn't.
That is insane.
He
You
didn't
need
get
to
off.
work your routes a little better than that.
He didn't get off the porch.
You could have
Well,
been
they
late.
moving on the board.
Yeah, not literal. Like he didn't pull his pants down. Like he just on himself in there. But I'm like, come on, man. You're not
You know
coming in.
what?
I don't believe in like rituals and stuff like that. But I do believe in spirit. I don't let anybody in my house. I really don't.
Yeah.
I don't let everybody in my house. I'm not doing that. It's not an option. And to think that, it's one thing, oh, I gotta pee. You still can't come in. I want you peeing on my floor. I gotta clean it. Well, you think you're putting your raw butt cheeks in my house to use the bathroom, and you gotta hold it too, so it's gonna be a old nasty one. You're out of your mind. Now I'm supposed to be sitting here. We about to eat. Eat over there. You going to work? I didn't want to eat anymore.
Here you go to work.
Nah, man.
Okay.
I'm not with it. This thing got me fired up. I'm gonna call
Well,
because I'm a little note. Do not take. You can't shit.
I'll say, well, don't forget, they said just use the bathroom. I would assume the person's peeing, but once I see that put on the porch on the ring camera, I would
Yeah,
call the law and tell them they need to send an ambulance because some dude is sick on my porch.
yeah. He had the
Like,
boo boo.
yeah, I don't want him to get in trouble, but you need to bring him to a hospital. Get him
Yeah,
out.
he's in the bathroom, just not over here.
Get him
now
out.
this one's kind of near and dear to me because then I disclosed earlier I used to carry mail, so I've been on those long walking routes, and after lunch, stomach goes on boil mode, and you need some sort of lavatory immediately. So I have knocked on many of a neighbor's door, asked to use the restroom. Honestly, there was this one time this older couple let me in, and I will say that I blessed that bathroom to the full extent. Even to the point that I had to ask for matches afterwards. It was,
No, violate.
That's just
yeah,
Violate.
I went ham. Like, bruh, like it was after 4th of July. I'm gonna just tell you like that. Yeah, so I have been in a situation where you really gotta go. If it's number one, I'm not asking. I'm gonna just go on the side of the house, tree somewhere, you know. But if I'm asking to use the bathroom, it's only pretty bad. I can't get there now. Why didn't the person use it before they picked up the delivery? Maybe they were at the restaurant where they could have used it. So I'm not. I can't say. Maybe they had a long travel time. Maybe they drove 20 minutes from the restaurant, and a lot can happen in 20 minutes. So I do see both sides of it. Now, from a female perspective, Nikki, I'm all about that safety. So don't just let anybody in. Whether they got to actually use it or not. You never know what their full intentions are. But I've been in a situation where my lawn guy had to use the restroom, and I'm not gonna tell him no. Now that's somebody I'm more familiar with and said dash driver, but I would probably let that person in if it was just me. Even with the spirits and the vibes, whatever that may be, I feel like mine's gonna overpower whatever you bring into my house. So I'm here all the time. You here for a limited time. So, you know, that's what you got to do to keep from, you know, calling out of work, keep from making your money, or, you know, now you got a personal emergency. You know, I'm all about that. So I can see both sides. Definitely from a woman's perspective, because that could get scary. But as a man, definitely let that dude in. Let
Yo,
him take a boom.
Nikki, and King Bo, I agree as far as from a woman's perspective, safety first and foremost, right? Before anything. King Bolt, I have issues with what you said. Yo, I don't if you deliver my mail, I gotta pee. Peeing on the side of my house, yo, I'm coming for your head.
Bruh,
You
I
better
ain't saying it was on your house, bruh.
yo,
It might be
on
on
the
your
side.
mailbox. It might not even be your house. I'm just
I
saying, bro. Look,
I've let
as
outside.
males, we have went number one in some abstract places. Parking
Oh,
lots,
my yard?
highway,
Yeah, I wouldn't be too. I'd be
building,
like, I tree over
cities.
there.
So you look on the
That's what I'm saying.
cameras when you
I would go to the tree.
I say, hey, what is he pulling this? You're peeing on the side of my rose bed? Like, yo,
Oh,
my
you don't
man,
want to.
I'm not going. That tree
I'm
over
not,
there.
I
yo,
will not urinate on anything blooming. Let's just put it that way. I will go
Yeah.
to the mailbox, something of iron or steel,
mhm,
or a
that's
tree, something sticking out of the ground. I don't do it on the side of the house. I'm standing beside the house, but I'm not like actually
peeing
going
on
on the
that.
house. You know what I mean?
Man,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
Yeah.
yo, I pay the mortgage, I pay my taxes. You're not peeing in my
100%.
property.
I'm with you on that. I will pee on your property. I may not pee on your house, but I will pee on.
Hey, I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
If I gotta go,
you're not gonna
put
stop
it
me
this
from
way,
being.
Hollywood. If we at your house and the bathroom,
Hey, you gonna pee
put
on
it this way,
yourself?
Hollywood. If we at your house and there's a lot of people in the bathroom or trying to get to the bathroom, I'm going outside.
Yo, you wild. You're
I'll
wild.
tell
Yeah.
you, I gotta get something in the corner.
I'll keep it a buck. Now, when we were growing up, did I pee in King
That's
Boat's
what I'm
yard?
saying, bro.
Busted. We
I
used to
wasn't
be
gonna
out
put you out there like that, but I know, like, bro, the rule was if you come in, you staying in. So we had to use a bathroom.
we
So we
couldn't come
weren't
back
going in the house because we knew that would mean
outside.
we had to stay in.
No, we was bad though. We was bad. We was scared. We was scared. Yeah, we peed all over. There's so much DNA all over Marcus's yard.
Pause.
Huh?
DNA, because I don't mean sperm. I just want to clarify.
Pause. Yeah,
That's y'all fun.
yeah, we'll
I
just
was
keep it at
clarify. We're peeing outside. We peed outside. We peed in the street. We peed in the middle of the street, like in the street.
writing your name in it, walking down the street.
Yo,
Y'all are crazy.
we ain't get no drink. We drunk from the hose. We lived like we were animals.
We were animals. We couldn't go in and out the house. Chickens got to go back in the coop. We couldn't
Yo,
even do that.
yo. But as an adult, I don't want no grown man peeing in my yard at the end of the day. With that being said, you're not peeing in my yard. And if you think you're going to poop in my house,
Hollywood, if the roles reversed, you got to go, bro. You got to go.
yo, your food is late because hey, I'm sorry, brother. I know your food's a little about 5 minutes late, but man, I really had to go. And I didn't want to go in your house. They'll be like, respect.
I'm
I,
trying to live up
I,
to that tip, bro. You already signed the tip on the door. Can't you try to live up?
I need my tip back. Hey, yeah, I give you an 18% tip and you poop it in my house. You peed on the side of my yard and dang, man.
What if Buddy's polite with it? What if he come in and lay the little tissue nest down and he hit the Febreze on the way out? You know what I mean? What if he like really sophisticated with his number two?
Yeah. Or what if he don't wash his hands?
Now
Now you
that's
going
work. Yeah, because I'm questioning how you deliver my food with dirty hands. But you know, if you don't wash your hands, that's
yo.
a different the
But
different.
speaking of them walking out, I do have a question, bro. And I'm putting the disclaimer on here because we gotta ask. You know, the views and opinions of the guests and the host, not necessarily represent anybody, but would you rather live as a paraplegic no feeling in the chest down or die at the operating.
Y'all go first. I want to hear what y'all got to say.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
To live as a paraplegic or die trying, basically. Is that what you're saying? I think I'm a die trying. I feel like, if there's an opportunity for me to get my feeling back in my legs, arms, whatever it may be, I'm gonna take that chance. I'm rolling the dice. Now, if it means it costs me my life, then I'll see y'all on the other side when it's good time. But
So are you picking death or are you gonna live with no feeling?
He picked dead.
you said down on the operating table. I'm gonna take my chances on the operating table. If they say, "Hey, Mr. Bolton, we have a way of possibly restoring your feeling in your legs so where you can walk again, you can feel again, move your arms, but it does come with a high risk that you might lose your life." I'll probably take that.
Mm.
I'll probably take that. Like I said, I mean, to me, I don't understand how you build life, and there are people out there listening that are paraplegic, whatever it may be. You may have some sort of motor function issue, but to me, I don't think there's much more of life to live if you're constantly dependent on people to get you to and from certain places or help you into certain you know situations, for lack of a better word. But um I just feel like if that's what your life has come to, is it really life? That's what I ask myself. If you have a wife and kids, then yeah, maybe it is, where you can see your kids grow up and go to college, different things like that. If you're, you know, just out here and things happen, and it's a choice between an opportunity to live again or possibly die, I'm gonna take the opportunity to live again. That's just
So
me.
it sounds like if you probably have set up your will if you have a will, pull the plug up on the best because that's not quality.
100%. Yeah. I feel like if there are machines that have to keep me alive, that you have to literally keep the electricity on to keep me alive, let me go. It's my time. Let me meet my maker. Let me see what's on the other side. Like, let me go. At that point, you're really just doing it for yourself. You don't want me to go. It's not for me. It wasn't for me. No one has been on life support and been like, no, keep paying all this money to keep me here. I don't think anybody's that selfish. I've seen it, personally. Um, so it is a tough decision and it is hard for the people around you. But at the end of the day, they're keeping you alive for them. And that's something they got to come to terms with, because that's the one thing we're all going to do. We're all going to die. As dark as that may sound, nobody's about to live forever. And if somebody does figure it out, then let me know. But until then, we all going. You know what I mean? We all got an expiration date, some sooner than others. But why be afraid of something you know that's gonna happen? You can't control it. You can't stop it. We could change a lot of other things. Just go out here and live your life. Like I said, you got an opportunity to live. Take it. That's just my thought.
You're right about one thing. We all got our date. We don't have no choice on when that happens. Old school me, younger me, anything below the waist, I lose. I'm out of here. Take me out. I don't want to live. But now, as I got older, I appreciate life more, and I probably would want to stick.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with Hollywood. I get what you're saying, Bo. I just feel like a lot of the stuff you were saying, that it just sounds like if you were paraplegic, it gives end all be all. And like you said, it doesn't. It's not that. We see a lot of disabled people, whatever the case may be, and still living life. For me personally, I'd want to live as long as I could just to spend that extra time with my family. And if I was told that, hey, you could possibly do this surgery to get your feeling back, but there's a 80% chance of death, during the surgery, I would just tell them no. It's cool. I'm not brain dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking about what everyone's saying and the words that are coming out carefully. I just can't feel feeling from the chest down. I could still laugh, still talk. I could still crack jokes. My family could still sit on me and give me hugs. Even if I can't lift my own arms, they could lift my arms for me like spaghetti noodles. Like, I could still do everything that I would want to do. And as long as I can communicate and it basically still feels the same, I wouldn't want to take that risk and want to go. I totally get it and I agree. Yeah, tomorrow's never promised. It really isn't. So I thank God for every day I get to wake up. But it's one of those moments that if He gave me the chance to survive, why not continue my life? I don't have to be greedy. I already made it. That's kind of how I'm seeing that. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
tough.
lot. That's a hard one to think on. That's actually a lot to think on. But
On a lighter note, Nikki, I know you got some current events you want to
yep.
see.
So I was watching TikTok just yesterday, and I seen a video of a girl. It's gonna be a long one, so let me explain it. Let me get comfortable. Y'all get comfortable. So this girl, she ghosted her boyfriend on New Year's. Okay, let me tell you the story as I heard it.
Okay.
Her and this boy have been dating for about a year now. Okay. She explains how during their first date, she's very intentional when she's dating, and she let him know that she goes, I plan to be engaged within a year or a year some change, right? The guy goes, I agree. That's enough time for someone to know if they want to get married. Bing, bang, boom. They're in a relationship. Great. The girl does let us in and say that, she hasn't had a job in a while. So she's just trying to go through life and make it as she could on her own. Life was lifing pretty hard, and now she's getting evicted out of her home. She goes to tell her mom, so reality's setting in and it's getting hard for her, and she basically says, hey, and this is how she says it. She goes, hey, I'm gonna need to stay with you for a little bit until I can get myself together. Is that all right? I'm getting thrown out of my home. He says no. He says no. She's kind of confused. She is taken back a little bit. And she steps out of her element. She becomes very vulnerable with him. She starts tearing up and she's like, I'm not really understanding. I'm literally telling you that within the next week and some change, I will be in my car. All my resources, they're tapped out. Like, I don't know what to do and I can't do this by myself. He goes to say, well, I think we have our own space. So when we argue, we can go back to our own spaces. She's confused as to why he would say that because he says that they've never really argued. And if they have a disagreement, they sit together, they work it out, and nobody really goes home. They kind of spend the night together anyways. So that's not something that really happens. They're going back and forth about it a little bit, and he goes, well, we're not close to getting married. We have a lot of things to figure out. Now she's beyond confused because don't forget, back to the first date, she explained how within a year or a year and some change, she expects to be engaged. He agreed. They're in a relationship for about a year now. Now she's confused as to why they're not close to getting married, but she knows what he's referring to. So boom, when he says we have stuff to figure out, she tells us, the audience, that they got into an argument or a disagreement a couple days before. I'm taking that literally because, for some people, a couple days could be months, weeks, whatever. I'm taking it literal. A couple days before they get into a disagreement, she says with her own words, he annoyed me, he frustrated me, so I kicked him out of my house. She kicks the man out. Okay? Wait. She kicked him out, he leaves, great, so now we're back in this situation. And she basically goes, I don't think that's not enough. Well, I don't think that's enough for him all of a sudden not to want to be married or get close to being engaged. That doesn't make sense. Proceeds to tell us the rest of the story that I was telling you guys. And basically she said that, well, I ghosted him and I'm probably never going to talk to him again. that is that story. And I wanted to hear, I already talked to some girls about it. I want to hear your overall opinion. Because I know there's some things you agree with, and then there's some things you're like, girl, you got me messed up. So I want to hear where y'all coming from.
Hollywood, you want to digest this one first?
You want me to go first on this? Oh,
Yeah, I got nothing to say on this one. I ain't gonna lie
that's a
to
lot.
you.
That's a lot. This is a lot.
Go ahead.
This is a lot. Now, I went through this for me. As listen, I'm hearing this real time. The first time you talked, I wasn't paying attention. This time I was listening. I was on a roller coaster. I was on a roller coaster on this one. Like, whose side am I on, right? What is right or what's wrong? Now, first thing is, for me, I agree with dude, right? Because I have my own place. You have your own place. I give up my place to live with you. Now we get into it and you're kicking me out? Like, get out of here, man. Like, that's not gonna work. Yo, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. You're not kicking me out of the argument and I got my own place. Now I gotta keep my place because I don't know where we're at. And if we get in an argument, you're doing that drastic, that's a problem. That's a problem. So I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Now, where I sympathize for the woman is in the beginning stages, and guys and girls both do it. It's not gender specific.
Mhm.
We're gonna tell you what you want to hear. I mean, it could be the guy or the girl, because
Mhm.
girls do it too, guys do it too. We're gonna tell you what you want to hear. Oh yeah, here to get married. Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm trying to close the deal. So that beginning stuff don't really hold too much weight because at the end of the day, he's just trying to secure his position.
Yeah.
So he might not necessarily 100% believe what he was saying to her. He's trying to get in where he fits in. So
Yeah.
I think that's one, and she's holding him to something that he um, doesn't necessarily agree. But you're not going to tell me to give up my place, and you, at the drop of a dime, off an argument, is willing to kick me out where I'm going to because I don't give up. No, we can live in two separate households till we get to a point where we can cohabitate, and it's a true union. So that's my thought. That's my thoughts. I see both sides, but I'm not giving up my house and moving in with you, and we're not stable, and giving you the position to have me axed out. That's not gonna fly. Nope, not at all. Not at
Okay.
all.
What
King
about
Bolt,
you,
I
Bo?
probably strong feelings on this.
Yeah, let's just go to the beginning where he brings a marriage on the first date. Red flag immediately. Where are you bringing up marriage and over cocktails and appetizers? I don't get that. So, I understand we are older out here in these streets. I get that, but let's see where things may go from date one. I appreciate people laying it all out there, but most males, if they hear anything about marriage on date one, they're not listening. Like, brother here, he said, yeah, I could hear that, but let's just be honest. He was trying to GTD. It's
GTD.
date one.
King Bolt,
GTD.
GT. Elaborate for the audience. What's GTD mean?
Get them
Get the
girls?
draw. He
Yeah.
wanted the
Oh.
draws on the first date. He wanted the draws
Get
on the first date. He's going to tell you what you want to hear. He didn't hear anything. He just knew that he came for one mission, and that was to get sticky. So, as we peel the onion back, I just want to say that, I feel like the young lady, she has some of her own questions to answer. And why? Why are you losing your house? Why are you not able to pay your own things? Because these are things that a male may look for in a wife. Somebody that's stable, that may be able to obtain their own and do what they need to make things happen. The fact that we've talked about marriage, maybe we've been dating a year, but you can't keep that. And then I feel like at some point you're relying on me saying, hey, if this goes south, I'm going to just move in with so-and-so. I'm not the security blanket. We're not there yet. You know what I mean? So I feel like maybe you make some decisions based off of our relationship that may have not have been as conducive to your current situation as they should have been. So you said, hey, let me be a responsible adult because things between me and so may not always be hunky dory. I got to make sure I'm taking care of it. But
Right.
no, you let things fall by the wayside. You lose your house. Now you're potentially living in your car and you say, hey, I need to stay with you a few days. First of all, you have no plan. I need to know an exact date. And, I think Buddy was a little messed up for even giving her the idea that they may be married at some point. But
Trying to get in
I
with
think he's probably seen some things over the last year to where he's like, this isn't wifey material. Maybe she could be if she makes certain strides. But this isn't somebody I want to spend my life. He said that a year ago. Things
So,
change.
yeah. King Bro. Hey, you got the apron on and the hat, boy. You cooking. You cooking, man. You
I was,
cooking. You nailed it.
let me
You nailed
say,
it. Hold on, Dickie. Let me say one thing too.
go ahead, bro.
And because he putting seasoning on, he put cheese, he put that thing in the oven. That mug, Chef Homeboy RD right now. Because he said something that triggered to me. A lot of times people are in relationships not out of love, but out of necessity. Don't try to
Right.
be with me because you need somewhere to live. Are you out your rabbit? Mine? Like, come on, man. That's key. That's key. Now, I'm gonna turn it to you, Dickie, but I just had to say that.
No, you
King,
can.
you inspired me.
Well, I expect some of the answers to be what it was.
Right.
So let me just tell you how I thought of it. I agree. I agree partly. So she had me a little bit. Where she lost me is where she kicked the guy out. Um, like King Bolt said, it had to be big enough because you made the man leave your home. The same way, and I feel like the same way a woman should be feeling safe in her significant other's house, he should be safe in your house, and you kicked him out of that safe space. So what makes you think a couple days later he's gonna be all gung ho because you need help? He's not gonna be all ready to help you. You just kicked him out of a spot yesterday. It don't make no sense.
Your spot. Not
When it
anybody's
comes
spot. Yours.
yeah, you know what I mean? Another thing is I get what you're saying with her not having stuff lined up. The way I heard the story, from what I could take from it, she did explain that she was that friend to other people if they needed the space or they were in the situation she's in now. She's like, hey, come in. I'll give you a spot to stay so you can get yourself together and go, and whatever the case may be. So what it gives to me, how I was getting is that she's an independent person. It gives that you're already asked her friends. She may already have asked her parents. Like she said, her resources were tapped. When I talked to a girlfriend of mine, she was like, I'm someone I don't like to ask anybody. Why didn't she ask her parents? I said, well, she doesn't have a job in this case. Her parents could live in a different state, and everything that she's trying to come to fruition is in the state that she's currently in. I agree with y'all. I don't know why she expected the guy to be willing or happy to honestly want to help you and move his shit around so you can have space because your life isn't going together and you're willing to kick him out of your house whenever you feel annoyed. And that's how she described it. She didn't say it was a big argument. You were annoyed with him. My overall opinion, though, again, as a lady, was I agree with y'all also. He lied. He lied to her. He told you what you wanted to hear so he can get them draws. You took it. You took it like bait, unfortunately.
Yeah, the draw. GUTD.
And unfortunately, she feels like she had this connection with him where he was that guy for her. And unfortunately, you weren't even that woman for him. You weren't. And he's not willing to make it work with you. I get it as a lady. So for her to ghost him, I get it like you were looking for a partner. He wasn't it for you. And if you were looking for a husband in him, no husband would want to see his future wife struggle. But like y'all said, there's clearly a problem. She got some issues you got to figure out because you're not even really reaching wifey material for him to even. There's situationships where the man wouldn't even let you be homeless. Situationships. So the fact that you are telling me you're in a whole relationship for a year, about a year, and he's not going to help you on the street, you have to have some type of responsibility in that too. You can't just be all him.
Amen.
She's
Hey, Nikki,
she's not looking for a relationship. She's looking for a scholarship.
yes. Yes.
Ooh, that's a word right there. That's crazy.
She is looking
That's
for
crazy.
somebody to take care of her financially because we're not talking about you don't get kicked out of for not paying rent one time. You're talking about
Yeah,
at least 3 months.
3
So
months.
why hasn't this come up until now?
Yeah.
Maybe I would have been
Okay.
able to help you out financially to where
Yeah.
you keep your place. But
And
the
to be
fact
fair,
that you're literally lending a hand to all your just alike friends, birds of a feather flock together. You got a bunch of broke friends. So look at you now. You broke too. Looking for a handout. Just like
yo,
them.
King
And
Bo,
then you mad
King
at
Bo,
me. You want to ghost me because I ain't do what you wanted me to do? If anybody, he should have ghosted her.
exactly. And it's like, yo, when you're up, how do you treat me when you're like when you're up? You treat me a certain way. You kicking me out because I'm annoying you. Now you're down and you're looking at me to do you a favor. Is great. That's what she
Hey,
lost me.
she would have called me and be like, hey, you think I got a place to stay? Be like, I would have been quiet for like 30 seconds. You would have been like, hello? I'd be like, guess you can't kick me out of nothing, can you?
Hey, that's what she lost me. I
Yeah.
was kind of on her side. Now if you're up and up, you treating them. But if you're, I hate when people treat you differently in their situation. I think that is trash. And just off that, it ain't even about her income. Because life is life, right? You miss
Right.
bills, you lose your job, you didn't get the promotion you wanted, whatever the case may be. I'm gonna rock with you if I care about you.
Yeah.
But if you treat me differently based on if you're up and when you're not up, that's a red flag. So shout out to that brother. 'Cause he did right. He did
Yeah.
right. He did 100% right. Yeah.
That was crazy too. He was willing to stay with her even
What?
after all. He didn't ghost her. He ghosted him.
That's
So he
that's the
was
Hey,
part
still
that
willing to put up with it. He
weird.
just said, you can't stay here.
I
yo,
find
some of these
kind of weird though. I'm like, you gonna have a girlfriend who's gonna be homeless? That's a little different, but okay, cool.
my
But honestly,
Yeah, you know,
for the woman though,
he ain't going
he has
nowhere.
the right to say no. You're
mhm.
losing your, he's not losing his. I feel like the disappointment she felt, reasonable. That's supposed to be your man. You guys were locked in for some time. Was it a shock? No, that's his house. He always had the right to say no. So for you to be shocked that he said no is kind of stupid.
You're
But
entitled to your how you're feeling. But at the end of the day, let me ask you this, Nikki. Let me ask you this. You meet a dude, he's a good, strapping young lad, he looked good, whatever. The case may be, y'all talk like a year. The situation's reversed. He loses his job. He losing his place. I want to move in. You're not ready to move in at this point because y'all haven't got to that threshold in a relationship where you're moving him in. So now you're changing your lifestyle. You gonna move him in?
Hollywood, I already thought about that. I'm gonna help you get a hotel.
That's great.
I'm gonna help you get a hotel. And
That's
that's why I wasn't shitting on, no, that's why I wasn't shitting on the dude too crazy when he said no. Like, it's only a year in. You have expectations. Like y'all said, I thought it sounded good. So I just kind of said what you wanted me to say. But now this
great.
situation has come up. I still love my man to not want to see him in his car in the street. So I'm gonna help you with them hotel fees. You're gonna have a good place to sleep. I didn't say a motel, but you gonna get a nice hotel to sleep in. For you to be in my space, oh, and I'm truly and fully comfortable. And I feel like that was the guy. He's not comfortable. You kick me out the house, now you about to lose it and come in my space. I I don't think I could let that happen. And
Yeah.
if you be in a car or in a homeless shelter, we just gonna go to the Hilton down the street real quick, or the Ramada or whatever.
Micro
Let's
town.
take it down because that Hilton, that's gonna be like, woo, yo, the extended stay is gonna be at least what 180, 200 a week.
Buddy,
Hilton,
look,
that might
anybody staying at the microtel, that's $50 a night. And that's pushing. You know what I mean? Then you getting the bare necessity.
350. That's 350 a week. That's
Bruh.
14 a month. Yeah, let's get you an apartment.
Nah.
We got
Like my
I
point
didn't say
is
I was gonna pay every week. Like, I'm gonna help you out the first couple times. Like, but you need to get yourself
you a
together, baby.
traveler.
That's
you
why
know,
I'm here. Yeah, I'm
go
gonna set
back.
that on deep in a little bit,
That's what we gonna do. We gonna pack you a bag of lunch. That's what we about.
just
But
real quick.
that's real. That's why in life, in relationship, in work, in whatever just people you go by, you can't be shitting on people because you never know. It's life is like it's like age. You can be up, you can be down in that moment. Everybody got their moments, man. So you gotta treat people right. You can't get too high on yourself.
That's
Because life
right.
will
That's
humble
right.
you real quick.
Peaks and
Definitely.
valleys. Definitely.
Real quick. So great episode, y'all.
You should.
episode 8. We feeling great. Tell them, King Bolt, where can they find?
Yo, check us out. Main spot, YouTube, _watchlist_podcast. Check us out if you'd like to see more of our beautiful smiling faces. We also on IG, TikTok, Spotify, come to Apple Music. We on Apple Music yet, Hollywood?
We on Apple
We on
too.
Apple Music. For users, Android, y'all can rock with us on Spotify. But definitely check us out on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe button. Ding that bell for those notifications. And yeah, just be on the lookout for more conversation with us. And hopefully y'all come back.
Yeah. And real quick, I just want to definitely things that you want us to discuss. Drop it in there. Let us know. And if you want to, we had a couple of people call in. If you want to get on with us, debate, or even just advice, we're here for it. We got some experts. Nikki is very versed in a lot of things. I'm really impressed. Like just her thought process and how she go about things. And King Bolt, he is a Renaissance man. Like honestly, he's a good dude. And me, I'm gonna tell you how I ain't sugarcoat. So you know where to find it.
All right, y'all. Guys, have a great Sunday.
You
Yes,
do the same
Sunday.
as Nikki
Hey,
Hollywood. Hold it down, brother. Football day.
all right, y'all have a great one.
Bye,
Hey,
y'all.
hold it.